I grew up in a town that's called Stock City. I currently live in a town called Reykjavik. It's 25 minutes away, more south. There only live about 500 people there, but here in Reykjavik, 2,500. So this is a big change for me, going from 500 people to 2,500. So basically, it's like, every time I go outside of Iceland, I'm looking forward to come home. But I've learned to appreciate it a little bit more, enjoy the journey a little bit. I would never say like, okay, I'm definitely gonna get a ticket to the games through the Open. So I would sign up to those competitions after the Open just to be sure to have a backup plan, even though the goal was to qualify through the Open. You want to be smart, right? So I said yes to doing the RCC. And I was also going to Lowlands and the Italian Showdown and all those competitions. But then I got the ticket, so I kind of, wouldn't make sense to compete at those competitions. But since it's in Iceland and it's the first time we have Sanctionals here, so of course I want to be here. I'm just shocked that one of the girls is not here. So I kind of have to make everyone proud and do the job. Now I have a ticket to the games, but still I want to be the Icelandic champion, right? I don't want to be beaten by anyone in my hometown. So that's my motivation. Like, they shouldn't be coming out here and beating me in Iceland. I'm sure Roman would say the same if I would go to Russia. Like, he would want to beat me there. So I think that's my motivation.
All Icelandic people have this strong sense of pride. And I think this strength that was needed to survive in like this rock in the middle of the Atlantic is still it's present in all of us. We also grew up in the belief that it's not the size that matters, it's the heart. What makes Iceland so special is that we're a very small nation. We're only 330,000 people in total, but we still believe that we can just achieve anything that we want.
Just for us to get to host this, and we got to have, like BK and 30 and some of our Icelandic competitors, there's always something that like I told you, ignites something in people and ignites a flame. And for the Icelandic competitors to get to have that standard and have this here in Iceland, I bet today's the day that they're okay, I'm ready to go to work, and we'll have a new generation that will come up.
We're strong by nature, and I think we're competitive by nature. We always want to do better, and we have that rock belief that we can achieve anything.
What role does Iceland play? So let's go kind of back in time to 2009. CrossFit itself as a training protocol is fairly young. You've got maybe a couple thousand CrossFit affiliates that are spread throughout the country, certainly of the United States, maybe a couple international. But the sport itself is only 2 years old, certainly not international. And all of a sudden at the 2009 CrossFit Games on a small dusty ranch in California, this blonde Amazonian looking woman shows up and just starts dusting the competition.
This wasn't bad, this was easy.
This was easy?
Yeah.
So fast forward now, 9 years later, 8 of the podiums to the CrossFit Games, 4 of the championships belong to Icelandic women.
CrossFit Games champion is Katrin Thorisdottir. Repeat champion, Annie Thorisdottir.
And since then, the women of CrossFit, led by Annie Thorisdottir in that first year, have grown to take over the sport. They are far and away the most dominant force in the CrossFit Games.
We chose a group of 5 people to come up with the programming for this event. The initial idea was to base the programming on old regional workouts and cherry pick from prior events, but it quickly turned out that cherry picking from regionals from different years was not something that was easy to do because the programming needs to fit together. And it gave me a new respect for Castro and their entire organizing crew. So it took a lot of effort to make sure that everything was balanced to get the best possible test of fitness.
When I first found out that we got to have this event, my immediate reaction was yes, of course we will do this, we will make this happen. And then I started thinking, okay, now who is going to be able to make this become a reality? So I reached out to Hjörtur. He was the first one that I reached out to, and his response was perfect. He was like, yes, we will make this happen. And then I've worked with Svana on a few events in the past, and I know her work ethic and the way that she functions, I just love it. And she became a part of the event. And then Snorre, he is marketing manager, like a guru when it comes to marketing these events and making cool footage, and that's what we wanted this event also to be about, showcase Iceland. So these 3 people coming together was, yeah, that was what this competition needed.
We had some extremely competent guys take charge on all the logistics. It hasn't been me and Annie doing the majority of the work. We've been responsible for the programming side of things and making sure from an athlete perspective that everything works out as well as it possibly can. But lighting, screens, all that stuff that creates the spectator experience, that we have kind of like pushed to other people. But I could not be more excited about this weekend to come. I think we're going to be able to put up a really good show, something that people will remember.
I think because of this competitive nature that we have, CrossFit fits so perfectly with the nation. I feel like Iceland is the land of CrossFit. Therefore, I feel like it's so cool that we get to bring such a big event finally into the CrossFit community in Iceland and into the Icelandic community.
I'm actually really excited for that first event. I think it's a cool way, at least from an Icelandic standpoint, to kind of instill and kind of inject some culture into the event right off the bat.
I think it's a great conditioning piece. I think it's a great test and everything.
That's mine to win. I texted Bjorgvin before this started. I said, hey, what do I got to wear? You know, what kind of shoes for this mountain run? And he's like, a nice pair of shoes, a sweatshirt and some pants, and you'll be fine. And I said, you know, when I win this event, I'll thank you in the interview.
So, like, I think Henrik is going to be good, really good in this. I think Roman, obviously, he just goes, no matter, he doesn't know the mountain or whatever, but he knows that the finish line is up there somewhere, so he can probably run the whole thing.
Done wrong, got no excuses. I held on for too long, but here comes the hurricane, and everybody's got a devil to drag, and everybody's got something in the bag. Show me how to hold the shattered hand. was the hurting.
It was worse than I thought. Worse than in training. That was good, man. It was real good. Let's do it again. I would love to get a sniff at 300.
Yeah,
I've never pulled 300 from the floor. I've only pulled it from the hang. Lifetime, baby.